Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Issa from End Times Mama, and I just wanted to spend a few minutes addressing this big historical issue of the week that everyone is freaking out about, and that is Trump's new executive order regarding immigrant visas from certain Middle Eastern countries. I think some North African countries as well. The reason I feel like it is very relevant for the church to be talking about this is you're getting a lot of language through different, veins of commentary of people who are trying to equate supporting or not supporting this policy towards immigration, or just towards illegal immigration in general, or allowing refugees into the country in general. They're trying to measure that up against certain verses in the Bible. For instance, predominantly that Christ tells us to clothe, feed, and shelter, and give water to those who are thirsty, to anybody as if they're us, as if they were Him. And obviously, of course, we're also supposed to love others as we love ourselves. And this is all completely true. And everything Jesus said is capital T, true, absolute, pure morality. And I fully believe that. Now, the thing is, from a secular political standpoint, I consider this new executive order to be quite sensible. So first of all, I would really advise anybody who is opposed to it, before you're speaking out against it, just to make sure that you understand what it is. Because it is my understanding, and this seems to be, has been verified from most sources that I'm looking into, it is an additional 90-day vetting period that has been added to a universal 18-month waiting period for all immigration. So it's not a ban. It is a temporary moratorium that is adding a 3-month additional waiting period onto migrants from these countries. Now, from where I'm standing, that seems really minor and honestly quite sensible, considering a lot of these countries have intelligence agencies that are not, for whatever reason, able to provide us with as much information as other Muslim majority countries that are not on this list, like Pakistan and Indonesia. When the United States vets somebody, they need to have something to go on to do a background check. And when we don't have access to, this country might not have the infrastructure to provide our government with intelligence information that would help us determine if this person is safe to let into the United States or not, they are asking for this additional, or mandating this additional period to vet them. So that's what that is. You can look into yourself and tell me if I'm wrong, but this is what I keep hearing. So first of all, it seems that a lot of people are being very influenced by the media as to what is really going on. So I would just urge you to, before making very bold and dramatic statements about one's support or lack of support for this moratorium, for this executive order, just make sure you know what it is that you're talking about. So second of all, when it comes to this issue in the church, the thing is, it is absolutely true that we as Christians should be, on paper, in a vacuum, we should be opening up our houses to these refugees. And we should advocate for our country to be opening up its arms for these refugees, for illegal immigrants who supposedly have nowhere else to go. It is easy to, in a very simplistic manner, equate doing so with Christian morality. But I would just like to say to anybody who is using these kind of guilt-trippy, oversimplified comparisons, that I would just, ask you if you are opening up your home for all the homeless people that live in your area, for all the homeless veterans, or the drug addicts who just can't get on their feet, or, homeless families, or children who need foster homes, or pregnant mothers who want to abort their baby. Are you offering to adopt their baby? Are you offering to take them in and clothe them and feed them for their pregnancy and help them, get back on their feet after their baby is born? Are you opening up your house for refugees, for Middle Eastern immigrants, for illegal immigrants? We have so many people, the poor you will have with you always. We have so many people in this country who are so desperate in need. And if we want to start holding our government's policies to the standard of the Bible, then we need to seriously make sure that we're holding ourselves to that standard. Because we might have a Christian history in this country, we have a unique country that recognizes our God-given rights, but we don't have a country that claims to get its laws from the Bible. We just simply don't. And the fact of the matter is, if we're going to, once again, we need to be holding ourselves to these standards if we're holding other people to those standards. So before you share those guilt-tripping memes, before you oversimplify something, if you expect other people to support opening up our borders to let in hurt and broken people, we need to be helping hurt and broken and impoverished people here on a much more drastic scale. As much as anybody. But the fact of the matter is, we live in the real world, and it's not as simple as just opening up your home to every person in need. We could probably all do a better job of it, but there are still safety considerations for our family. So I just got interrupted. My little guy needs something, so that's all I have to say. Thank you very much for listening. Please let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you, and until the next video, God bless you.